Guys, I am here at Harbinger. They are a leader in battery electric transportation when it comes to the big box trucks that we use at my 9 to 5. These trucks are something that we've used and seen out in the field. THOR is one of the folks that uses these chassis, and then we throw the Morgan Olson cabs onto them. Things like our P1000s are great for these pure battery electric vehicles. They go about 140 miles, 175 miles, or 210 miles, depending on the battery pack size that they use. And so one of the things, though, that the market has been looking for is, we've heard a lot about the pivots from Ford and others and Dodge using the EREV platforms or the range extended platforms. And it is no different this year from Harbinger. They have announced that this platform is going to be expanded to have an EREV format. Let's go take a look at that new feature that promises to deliver 500 miles of range in a box truck like the one you see behind me. This is the inline 4-cylinder gas engine. It uses 87 octane, and this is what's going to be the generator for the range extended Harbinger model that's going to be coming out later this year. Now, they're still doing battery electric. In fact, looking over here, this Bimbo example of a van, they've got 1,900 pre-orders that are going to be done on this going through the year 2030. So still doing battery electric, but now adding this option here for the range extended. And this is otherwise exactly the same as the BEV unit we've seen over here that we just talked about, and it's been around for quite a few years. This one has just had the added 4-cylinder gas engine right here. So there you can see the motor that we just looked at a minute ago, and here you see the gas tank for it. So it's an option for those that maybe need the extra range that isn't currently available or have that hesitation or range anxiety. This is going to be something that we're going to see later this year. And that's one of the options that I think a lot of automakers are looking at, whether it's Ford or Stellantis. We're seeing this also with Scout as far as the retail industry, and now we're starting to see it with fleet. One of those aspects of electrification where it doesn't yet meet the needs for everybody. Now, personally, I've always been a pure BEV person, but if this is what it takes to help the transition along, to help those folks in fleet try to get transitioned to the all-electric vehicles and see how that works in their fleets, I'm all for it. So as we tour the vehicle, you're going to see that all of these areas here are exactly the same as the pure battery electric brother right next to it. So they're going to get all of the aspects of the torque and the power and all of the features of a battery electric vehicle. It's just going to add that extra little bit of range, and really a lot of range. You're talking about 500 miles of availability. So in some of your cold weather climates, and some of those areas where you might have high winds, elevation changes, parts of the country where they just don't feel like they're able to transition to BEV yet, this is going to be the potential solution for those fleet operators. In terms of cargo capacity, they can use these for P700s, P1000s. This is actually a P1200. You can see the expanse of space, and this one even has a cool lift gate on it. This is one of the examples that is a pure battery electric vehicle. But again, the ability to have these upfitted and use pretty much for all the different purposes for whether this is a bread delivery company or package delivery, so many different possibilities to be customized for the customer. One other great aspect of what Harbinger is doing here is they are offering the ability to take the cab off of the chassis of an existing unit, an existing gas unit, and then transferring it over to a BEV or a range extended option. Now, that's a huge deal when you're usually talking about a situation where a new cab is going to cost you $40,000. They're talking about being able to do that for $15,000 and to refurbish an existing cab off of a fleet vehicle that is either basically reached end of life, and now they're looking at the opportunity to transition it to a battery electric or a series hybrid range extended model. But it's going to help reduce the cost of the transition if they can take the Morgan Olson body off of it, refurbish it, and put it right back on one of these new chassis. That is a huge value add and something that I don't think I've ever seen done before in the industry. Now, as far as the cost difference between using a pure battery electric and this range extended model that we see here, there is going to be some difference there. The price hasn't yet been announced, so stay tuned to Harbinger for that detail, but you're getting a heck of a lot of value when you're talking about going from a 210 to a 500-mile range, and the amount of delta between that cost, I think, is something that really adds value if somebody is trying to figure out, do they want to go BEV and they're concerned, or they want to stay with a pure gas. I think this is going to be that nice in between, and the price difference is not going to be prohibitive in that example. So the really exciting part about what they're doing here is this is a first in the nation for this class of vehicle where they've got this Series Hybrid range extended option. The other thing I really love is that in either case, these are made in America right here in Southern California, and they meet the Made in America, Buy in America compliance the requirement that so many fleet operators need to match. So in this scenario, it's really checking all the boxes. Regardless of what your need is, you've got a solution here with Harbinger. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed taking this tour along with me and learned something today. I know I've learned a lot. I'm super excited about these guys. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll leave a link to these guys as well in the description. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.